What's up, everybody? Standoff Sports, Mike Davis here. We got a lot to talk about today. Drama in Dallas with Jerry Jones and Micah Parsons. Plus, a little later on, we're going to be joined by a really interesting concept in the memorabilia world. Lucky Box joins us. Plus, Mason Miller, A's closer relief pitcher, traded for a top prospect in baseball. We get your thoughts. Let's do this thing. SOS starts right now.
Make some noise. This is Sound Off Sports, sponsored by Sam and Ash.
Hello and welcome to Sound Off Sports. Mike Davis here in the den, joined by James Edward Barrickman IV. James, great to see you.
Great to be here.
Lot to talk about. We're going to be starting off with all the drama in Dallas. Jerry Jones, he loves the drama. It's always like the Real Housewives of the Dallas Cowboys. And of course now it concerns edge rusher Micah Parsons, 26 years old, basically came out of Penn State and has done a ton of damage on the defensive side of the ball as an edge rusher. And now he wants a new contract. He wants out of Dallas, James. He goes to Twitter. He says, "Thank you, Dallas." And he wants to get paid. We've seen TJ Watt get paid. We've seen Myles Garrett, Max Crosby, all these guys. And now Micah Parsons should get paid. To me, in my book, I would trade a couple first-round picks for him. And there's not many guys in the NFL. I would actually say, let's ship off 2 first-round picks for this guy. But
Micah Parsons is one of those dudes?
In my estimation, he is. Ever since he came into the league, the guy's just been a versatile player, gets after the quarterback. He's always good for 13 or so sacks. And I think he hasn't even fit and got to his potential yet. That's how I feel.
I was fully prepared to come on here and say Jerry Jones needs to step down, unleash the reins a little bit.
Yeah.
And I still feel that way, but I really wanted to come in here and disagree with Jerry Jones, but I think he's right here.
Really?
I don't think Micah Parsons is a guy who deserves TJ Watt money, a guy who deserves Myles Garrett money. Just walk with me here, okay? 2021, 13 sacks. 2022, 13 and a half. Yeah, and he's Rookie of the Year and All-Pro in year 1 and then All-Pro year 2. But he's never been higher than top 5 in sacks in the league. Never once as an edge rusher.
Well, he's been hurt.
He's been hurt. He's been hurt, but he's never once finished better than the 5th highest in sacks.
Well,
in the
he
league.
takes a lot of, which is
of course he takes a lot of attention away from other guys, but so do all the great edge rushers like Myles Garrett and TJ Watt.
But he's a $40 million. I mean, listen, edge rusher after quarterback, it's left, right tackle, and edge rusher are the most important positions in football. Now, Jerry Jones has a reputation for trying to evade agents. Back in the day with Aikman and Emmitt Smith, he got very team-friendly deals. In the past, though, recent memory, Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, these guys got paid.
Yeah.
So we can't just say Jerry Jones doesn't pay up because,
No, he does pay up.
Dak Prescott's the first $60 million player in NFL history.
DeMarcus Lawrence got paid.
So he pays
Zach Martin
up.
got paid. He pays.
So do you think this is Jerry Jones here's my questions. One, is Jerry Jones just doing this because he loves the drama, he loves people talking Cowboys in the offseason? One, is he doing this because he really doesn't think Mike is the guy? Or is he really doing this because he's trying to get maybe a trade? So to me, it's either a trade, he's doing this for drama, or he's actually causing this stir because he doesn't actually want to pay.
I think it could be a combination of all 3 of those things. But listen, Jerry Jones does a lot of things wrong, right?
He does a lot of things right, too.
But in this instance, I'm with him. Make him play this out this year. He will be the 4th highest paid edge rusher in 2025. And that is probably about right where he should be for this season.
He wants to set the mark.
Wants to lock it up long term, and I understand that. But make him play it out for this year. He hasn't earned, in my opinion, TJ Watt money, Myles Garrett money. He hasn't earned the right to be paid like the best edge rusher in the league. In my opinion.
Let's hear what somebody at home has to say.
My more concern is the fellow from the Cowboys, Michael Parsons. What's going on with Jerry Jones? What's happened to Jerry Jones' mentality? Unless Parsons is talking about $40 million a year, you can only have one guy at that high rate, which is usually the quarterback. So I understand you have to watch your budget, but I wish I knew the truth. All right, guys, take care. AMF Henderson.
All right, thank you, AMF Henderson, for that great call. You can always give us a buzz, 702-855-3502. James, so, I mean, here's the thing. Jerry isn't cheap, because you can't say that.
You can't say that
because
he's
paid
guys in the past, yeah.
He's
paid
Zeke.
That's the highest paid quarterback in football.
He is. Paid CD. He paid Zeke Elliott a lot of money, too. When
Zach Martin got paid. DeMarcus Lawrence got paid. Jerry Jones pays up.
So they're running him and his son Steven, everything that they're doing as GMs, executives, you just think their potential, their take on the situation is Micah is just not worth the 40. He's not worth setting the market at the edge level. He shouldn't be making $42 million a year.
I think their stance is his play hasn't warranted best edge rusher contract in the league.
He's also younger,
money.
though.
He's
younger.
26.
So he's still on his way to creating
so
those.
he's I think this will be his 5th season in the league. So he's playing out his 5th year option.
Right.
Make him play it out. He's going to be the 4th highest paid edge rusher in the league. Make him pay it out and prove that he should make top edge rusher money.
I mean,
and I think if you're the Cowboys, that's a good business.
He's still on his rookie deal.
And of
There's
course
an opportunity for 2 franchise tags still in the future. He did make Dak sign that franchise tag.
Yeah, I think he franchised tag twice, right?
So I think this is something that could play out like this. I just don't know if Micah is not the Dak Prescott type. I don't think Micah's arriving to a franchise tag.
No.
I just don't see that happening. To me, I would love to see teams like the Raiders try to make a move and pair up Crosby with Micah Parsons and get after that quarterback. Try to win now, especially in a tough AFC West with guys like Mahomes, Herbert. Can't have enough edge rushers. We'll see what happens. Guys, next up, if you love sports memorabilia, you don't want to miss this. We're talking to the guys from Lucky Box. Hello, everybody. Welcome here inside the Den, Fox 5 Studios, Sound Off Sports, Mike Davis. Listen, do you remember the first time you pulled something amazing? And I'm not saying you pulled like a 10, I'm saying you pulled like a great card. You pulled a great piece of memorabilia. Well, Lucky Box and Authentic Fans are changing the game when it comes to sports memorabilia, sports cards, Pokemon cards, even Bitcoin. I think there's something going on with that. And we're here and lucky to be joined by the CEO of Authentic Fans, Israel Whittemore. Israel, thanks so much for being here. You have this great partnership with Lucky Box. Tell us, for everybody at home who's not familiar with Lucky Box, you guys are putting all the super intense feelings of pulling the greatest thing you can imagine, and you're putting that into a vending machine where people can get it and pull it on the spot. Tell us about this concept.
Absolutely. So it's a really cool idea, we think, at least. The concept is you walk up to a vending machine that instead of looking for a Coke or something else, some chips, you're literally going, oh, I can pull a Pokemon card. Everything's graded. I can pull a autographed sports card. I can find an Albert Pujols rookie, a Tatis autograph card, or like what we're doing with Authentic Fans and providing that partnership is bringing them autographed memorabilia currently through jerseys.
It's crazy stuff because this is not just the regular kind of, listen, you go to Target when I was a kid, you buy a pack of cards, you don't know what you're going to get. The cool thing with this is there's the Holy Grail. There's the golden ticket component. These are special things. I mean, I heard there's even like a Nadal racket that you can get.
Yes.
So, I mean, tell us how that functions and even works. I can go there. The price point is pretty great, too.
Yep.
You go and pull a Nadal racket. How does that get in your possession?
It's hard to come when you try to pull the racket out of the machine.
Right.
It's a little hard, but
even though with this machine you probably could do it because it is pretty special.
They're pretty cool machines, but no, the concept is with the Nadal racket is a perfect example. We also have a Muhammad Ali glove. There's some really cool things in there, and the concept is it's the golden ticket. So you may be looking at I'm going to try and hit an autograph card. I want to do the sports cards. And you pull out an autographed Dennis Rodman card, and there's a golden ticket in there. And from there, you get to redeem that for some really cool additional items that won't fit into a machine, like a Tom Brady helmet.
Right. See, but that's insane stuff. And how are we getting, because this is all about relationships. I know growing up, my dad was, adamant about getting so much collector kind of stuff. He's got the Brady sign ball. He's got the Montana ball. He's got the MJ jersey. So I kind of grew up in a house where we were fluid with these things. But to get some of these superstars that you guys have in the fold, like a Ronaldo or a Messi, it's all relationship building because these guys don't just give their autographs to anybody. So how are you guys able to make these high-level athletes part of the picture? Because that's not easy to do.
Absolutely. So one of the things that's been beauty of being in the industry for 14 years plus, and then working with partners who've been in the industry longer, is we work directly with the athletes. We work directly with the agents to secure the product, bring it in, to witness the signing. We work directly with the authentication companies to make sure that what everyone's getting is authentic, hence the name Authentic Fans. And so this is how we're working with Messi. We're working directly with their agent and his signings. And so that's the really cool concept and idea of how we can then pass that on to someone who may be just walking through the plaza and happens to hit a Messi signed jersey.
Whoa. This is the excitement, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Authentic Fans Lucky Box. Oh no. Oh no.
I did hear you were a Phillies guy.
Oh, I want to curse right now. Are you kidding me? Dude, this is that Saquon Barkley signed jersey. Are you kidding me?
Yes. I'm not kidding you.
Look him. I wish my producer James his face.
You see his face, yes.
Oh my Lord. Thank you so much to Lucky Box and Israel. Make sure you go to our YouTube page, Silver State Sports, to watch the complete interview.
Right call for the Athletics to trade away Mason Miller. Brian Emsch on Facebook says, however, he does have a history of arm problems, and he's starting to give up more hits and runs. That 104-mile-per-hour arm won't last forever. Enjoy, Madres.
All right, welcome inside the den. Sound Off Sports, Mike Davis. Now we're talking a little baseball. Of course, now here in Las Vegas, especially here at Fox 5, we're all fans of the Athletics. They just made a big trade. Face of the franchise for a few years, Mason Miller, reliever, closer, was traded last week for a top 5 prospect in baseball. James, usually at the trade deadline in the MLB, it's been about 10 years, almost, I think even over a decade, since a top 5 prospect in baseball was traded at the MLB trade deadline.
That is a wild stat.
Crazy. So usually you're not trading assets, prospects in the future like that. Baseball America has this guy at like number 3.
Third-ranked prospect in all of baseball. So what does that say about...
Says a lot.
The A's front office.
Says a lot about GM. David Forst did a great job. So Mason Miller gets traded to the Padres. They get this Dominican shortstop, 18 years old, Leo De Vries. This guy, not only a great bat, not only a great fielder at the shortstop position, but has superstar potential.
Switch hitter.
He was scouted by the Padres since he was like 12 or 13 years old. He signed a $4 million contract when he initially signed. Now he's a top 5 prospect in baseball. The move, when it went down, you initially told me you were just like, I cannot believe the A's got a prospect of this caliber for a relief pitcher.
You just, and this is nothing against Mason Miller, right? Mason Miller's great. He's a Pittsburgh guy. Love
He's
him to
only
death.
26 years old, too.
And throws absolute heat in the ninth inning. 104 he maxes out at. But at the end of the day, he's a closer. He pitches one inning at a time. So if you're the A's and you're a team that's not in a position to compete for a World Series this season, the fact that they got a prospect like Leo DeVries, third ranked in all of baseball, on top of Braden Nett, who was the Padres' third-ranked prospect in their system, and then Henry Baez and Nunez, a couple other right-handed pitchers, to get that kind of haul for Mason Miller, again, great closer.
Yeah.
But you only use him one inning a game.
And if you're not competing for the playoffs,
right.
He's not impacting the team.
And J.P. Sears, a guy who's got over a 5 ERA right now. I think if you are David Forst in the A's front office, this is exactly how you have to do it.
Yeah, I mean,
these are the kind of moves that you have to make as a team like the A's that are going to be coming to Las Vegas, which will be the smallest television market in baseball. When you are selling at the deadline, these are the kind of no doubt players you have to get in return for your good players to stay afloat and be competitive long-term, year over year.
And Forst is already demonstrating how great of a general manager he is. He's a Harvard guy, very smart dude. But with Jacob Wilson, with Kurtz, with Lawrence Butler, with Muncy and Soderstrom and all these guys, this young core, it's almost getting to the point where is Leo DeVries going to play because there's so many great young players in this core. You already got Jacob Wilson, who's a stud at shortstop. So there's going to be a lot of shifting here.
They had to move Soderstrom to the outfield.
He was a catcher.
Between Muncy and Wilson and all these guys. I mean, on top of the issues that presents on just finding places for these guys to play from a fan perspective, it's like, I can't wait for 2028. This team, if they can get some arms in the rotation, I mean, they're going to be really, really dangerous when they play their first season in Las Vegas.
I think the big surprise was Severino wasn't dealt.
Yeah.
So I think that was the big interesting thing there. But I think you make a great point, James. 2028 can't come soon enough. And with this team coming here, with the superstar potential that they have, this core, Nick Kurtz this month, named AL Rookie of the Month, AL Player of the Month. So what he's doing, what Wilson's doing, now getting a top hot gun prospect in this guy, Leo DeVries, we're going to see.
He might play his rookie season in Las Vegas or his second season.
It's crazy.
You look at, they have Nick Kurtz running away with the Rookie of the Year award, and the guy right behind him, Jacob Wilson.
Right.
So, and then those are just your two stars, your two young stars. And these other guys like Soderstrom and Muncy and Clark. Some of these other players, they get lost in the shuffle. And then you add on Lawrence Butler, Shea Langoliers, Brent Rooker.
Yeah.
They have one of the most potent lineups, or will have one of the most potent lineups in all of baseball. And if you don't believe us, take it from guys like Jeff Passan and these other great MLB reporters.
The Athletics are getting a lot of coverage, so it's a great time to start developing your fandom and your enthusiasm for this team.
They should be very good when they get here.
Yeah, and that's the big thing. We saw it with VGK. We saw how great they were in their inaugural season doing historic stuff. So hopefully the A's are going to be right behind them when it comes to all those things. Guys, coming up after a short break, it's time for Sink or Swim.
Right call for the Athletics to trade away Mason Miller. Joshua A. Herzog on Facebook says, having a top closer on a sub-500 team is like having $1 million roof on an outhouse. A's got a good haul back.
All right, welcome back to Sound Off Sports, Sink or Swim time. So, James, we can't go a bunch of shows without talking about
it. It had
Shedeur
been
Sanders.
like 3 or 4, that's a long time for guys like us.
One of our favorite topics, Shedeur Sanders. Prayers out to Dion. Hope he's doing well with everything he's doing. But let's talk Shedeur. So, Brown's depth chart comes out. Says Joe Flacco is number one QB.
We all kind of anticipated.
We all kind of knew that. Now, they got a QB room with Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, and 2 rookies, Shedeur Sanders and Dylan
now,
Gabriel.
Tyler Huntley.
Yeah.
So that thing's a mess.
So a lot going on.
Right.
Reports now saying Shedeur is going to be starting the preseason game
Against Carolina.
What do you make of all that?
Honestly, all I make of that is that Kenny Pickett and Dylan Gabriel are dealing with hammies. Flacco's too old to play in the preseason, and I think Shedeur Sanders is going to get a legitimate shot to play a lot of snaps and really get an opportunity to put out some good tape that might slingshot him into potentially a battle for the second place on the depth chart.
Do you think all these guys are going to be on? They're not going to keep 5 quarterbacks on this roster.
No way.
So who's going to be? Huntley's going to go eventually, and then who else?
I think now that Tyler Huntley is on this team,
Yeah.
I think you're going to see it end up.
I think Pickett's out.
Flacco will be there. Flacco will be the day one starter.
Yes.
I do not think Dylan Gabriel will make the roster. Because I want him to end up the starter, Shedeur Sanders is my second pick, and I think they'll roll with Kenny Pickett as a third.
I don't know how this is going to play out. Gabriel was a 3rd-round pick. Shedeur a 5th.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it would be crazy for Gabriel to not make the team over Shedeur.
I don't think anybody... You cannot tell me
you don't
that
cut
Dylan
Gabriel
Gabriel is a better
but you just don't
quarterback
cut
than
third-round
Shedeur Sanders.
picks usually.
You do if your 5th-round pick is better.
It's rare. At this juncture, you would probably keep. I would keep both of them rather than Pickett.
Because
so
you would cut Pickett and Huntley before you cut both.
Because you have the adult in Joe Flacco, and then you're going to try to see the potential.
You just don't know if you have anything in either of those two.
No, you don't.
You're more sure about what you have in Kenny Pickett.
Right now,
and
Huntley is kind of like the guy.
Huntley really throws a wrench into this
because if Flacco goes down, then it's like, well, maybe Huntley's the most ready to actually play some football.
They've seen the most snaps.
Right. So it's a crazy situation. If you just take a look, though, at the Browns depth chart, it's not looking too good in general. So we'll see. But, hey, Shedeur's going to make preseason football appointment television. Thanks so much for joining us. As always, give us a buzz, 702-855-3502. One more time, 702-855-3502. We always love to hear from you. We'll see you next time.